So I recently got to play Washout Woods. It's McAllister Park South in Lafayette, Indiana. I grew up in West Lafayette, so it's exciting for me to play this course. This hole's a 255-foot hole. You see the basket ahead. I think the layout is really, really nice. And we got a lot of trees, but we don't have too many trees. A lot of these holes have options for different routes, and really appreciate it. Really was upset about screwing up hole one, and my drive on hole two isn't great, but it's we're gonna see here. It was good enough to get me in there. Hole three, 230 feet. It's kind of hard to see the basket. But through my pure up there, there's not a lot of relief or hills on this course. A lot of it's quite flat. But this was just a beautiful, beautiful day to be playing. There were no mosquitoes. Here's a 510-foot hole. The basket's around the corner. I kind of yanked this one. Don't mean to, but actually by getting me over to the left side, I'm able to throw my maul and get it to turn and get around towards the basket. So that worked out pretty well. Hole 5, 225. This one's pretty nice and straight. And again, you see that there's a tree in the center here, and there are trees around. But you know, it's not ridiculous. I don't like courses that are just like completely ridiculous with trees. This one's 425. This one's up around the corner. It's a dog leg, and I just made a terrible drive here. Good to laugh it off there, Stuart. I throw my Grace up, and it skips way on up there somehow through the trees. It gives me this terrible look at the basket, and I actually get a good kick off that tree. And forget what happens here. Oh, I make it. Okay. I suppose in the spring this course is going to be pretty wet in spots, but in the fall it's not bad. Not bad at all. Nice and dry. So I threw my compass up, which is like a buzz, and pretty much parked it, which was great. Hole 8, 395. This one takes this turn. There are trees to the right. I think the idea is you throw up to play for par. You throw up into the fairway, and then there's kind of a tight gap to throw. I instead turned off the tee pad, and the only thing I see to do is to throw my fuse on an ante line here, and hoping that it'll make it through the trees. And somehow, some miracle happened here, and I was just able to park it and get a 3. Now this one is now 491 feet. It's funny because I wasn't paying attention to the sign. If you go back and look at the sign, it says it's only 200 something. I was walking around looking for the basket, couldn't find it, and then I saw the marker writing. They obviously moved the basket back. So screwed up my drive, and you see my next shot is not so good either. And I'm trying to do a kind of a gentle hyzer shot, spike hyzer here with my harp, but forget that didn't work out either. And then look at this. Oh, miss, and finally made it. What a frustrating hole. Hole 10, 265. This one is actually an elevated tee pad. You can't tell by looking here, but I always forget to kind of throw down on elevated tee pads, and whether I'm a forehand or a backhand player, I think I make the same mistake. So I kind of skipped away from the basket, missed it then. Again, here's the basket, and here's some trees. They're not ridiculous, but I'm going to hit them anyway. And then my upshot, look at that. I'm just going to hit the next one, and I'm I'm going to speed up the video here a little bit so that people don't have to. And then, oh, what a terrible shot that is too. Leave me with a tester putt. Hole 12, 650. Look at that. This is a big long one. There's a fairway on the right and left side here. You see, you can take the left side if you want to throw down that narrow guy. The basket's still way up around the corner to the left. I'm decided I'm going to skip my grace and give it a throw. I really didn't mean to throw it that low, and I got a good skip, but basket's still like 280 feet away, and I'm hoping for a skip, but it's in the leaves and the grass is kind of tall. Full disclosure here, I actually missed that putt, and I didn't have the camera on, so I turned the camera back on and then made it. So I did account for that on the scorecard. This hole's 315. Look at this drive. Bing! It hits the pin. I was super happy about that. I'm going to slow it down here a little bit to make the putt. Oh, and then I left the camera on, which is something I just have to do. It's kind of my thing. Good job. Yeah, okay. Hole 14, 225. We're getting through the course here. Basket's up in this. Oh, and I just totally screwed that up. So I'm left with this long look. I've got about a 4% chance of making that putt. And put it away for par. Hole 15, 270. Can get a bad drive. And actually, this size upshot, it was not something I saw a lot of. On hole 16, 210 feet. It's an exciting one. Watch this. Put my pure opto on a little bit of anhyzer, and oh, it's so close. It just missed the chains and hit the tree behind the basket, fortunately, and I was able to clean that up for birdie. Hole 17, 580. This is a long one. I got out my bolt and basically gave it all I got. Actually measured the throw. I threw here 336, which is pretty good for me. I'm left with a 280-foot shot towards the basket. I decided to throw my throw something up there, and it made it through the tree. So I ended up almost getting pin high. You see in the background this is I think fields are back here, so they've got all those big towers. Hole 18, this one's up around the corner. If you see where I've got the basket marked, I throw my bolt, and then I'm left with this little upshot. Some people might take the hyzer route around the tree, but I just throw straight and like to do that. So that's McAllister Park. I think this scorecard is right. I'll go back and double check. It's a fun course. They also have the North Course, which is more open, like a golf course type course. And yeah, I really like it. I'm looking forward to going back there sometime and playing with some friends. Hope you enjoyed.